Did you say action?
Action.
There we go. All right, guys, thank you for joining us. So we're just gonna, hopefully you've seen all our previous World Cup specials. They're getting hundreds and hundreds of views, hopefully. We're just gonna touch on the Socceroos a little bit more in depth, and I guess our thoughts on the results, I guess the players chosen, the decisions made, the future of the Socceroos, I guess, short term, I guess up until the next World Cup. Maybe we'll talk about Christian Morpato and his what he's been up to. So look, I guess I'll start in the sense of if you had told me before the tournament we'd get out of the group stage, I would have taken it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
However, the only highlight was really the first game. And I'll give the Paraguay game a pass mark. It wasn't exciting, but we did what we had to do in that game. I thought the US game was a disaster, and I thought the way we approached the Egypt game, and I guess the decisions made during the game and in the penalty shootout, I thought that was a disgrace and that was a disaster as well. I don't know if you guys want to jump in now or what, because maybe I'll start going crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah. Agree, disagree? What, do you guys have any different thoughts?
Mate, where do I start? I think this group wasn't able to demonstrate their full potential. And I think it was coming down to, and as a lot of people have commented, and I agree with a lot, the tactical decisions made. Popovich, unfortunately, was trying to play it safe. He wasn't going out there to try and win games. He was trying to not lose, essentially. So, look, the fact that it worked with the first game in Turkey, fine, fair enough, it worked. And if that was a winning formula with the team that you have on the park, that's fine. And then you come to the second game to fight for a top spot in that group, where then later on you pretty much mathematically would have made your next opponent, let's say, much not as a strong opponent. He goes out and changes, let's say, puts in players that shouldn't have been on the park, really, in my view.
I think made 5 or 6 changes.
Yeah, made 5 or 6 changes. Put players there that shouldn't have been on the park.
I personally think they shouldn't have been in the squad.
Shouldn't have been in the squad from day one, honestly. Yeah. There are a couple of players there that I think a lot of people are still asking questions about it. A bit of nepotism, I think, a little bit there. Oh, yeah. And then the third game, look, you're right, I agree. They went out to do what they just had to do. They didn't try to play to win the game. It was just more so just to try and draw and So look, I think a lot of the performance here is down to the actual tactical decisions made on the bench. Popovich has got a lot of, I guess, he's not ready for international football. I mean, these players can go far for the next World Cup depending on who comes at the helm, what type of coach they are, what type of style they play. And if in my ideal world, I'd be like, get Ange in.
I think right now it would actually be perfect.
It would be perfect because you've got a young crop of players, you've got some really good attacking players. Yeah. Ange is all about attacking football, and I think he could do some really great things in this group of players. That would be my ideal scenario here, is bringing those together and be like, we can be very strong.
Hopefully he gets the sack out of us over quick then.
Yeah, hey, it's a win-win. He gets paid out millions of dollars and hopefully becomes Socceroos coach. Yeah. But we also need Popper sack before that happens.
Well, yeah. So Popper's got now his contract set to the end of the Asian Cup, which is in January.
It's not extended
to the end of Asian Cup.
He extended it during the World Cup.
Yeah, to the end.
Just to the end of Asian Cup. Is that it?
It was like another year or something.
Okay, well then that's good. That's good. That's a positive.
Yeah, so
that's positive.
He's not going to be around for, I think, the next qualifiers for now. Again, the Asian Cup will be very interesting to see on how they perform. We just had a quick look now during the break. Australia got Tajikistan, Iraq, and Singapore.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be too much of an issue to getting out of that group, but then it comes down to when they face Japan's, Iraq will give them a run for the money.
Yeah, definitely.
Right? I know Graham Arnold will stick around there as well.
Yeah, he is. I think he's already signed.
Yeah.
He's actually happy.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how that comes out. Look, I think it just comes down to on the coaching. That's the biggest aspect here with Australian boys.
Yeah.
The Egypt game as well. You could see just decisions comes down to that. Lost opportunity, but Egypt was a great team, right?
Would you say Egypt's a great team? To me, that's a winnable game.
It was a winnable game.
It's definitely a winnable. That's what's frustrating. Like if we've got, whatever, like Belgium, if we've got some let's say established team that's always at the World Cup, that has players all over Europe, but not that Egypt doesn't, but Egypt's main player is Salah with a couple of other kind of sidekicks per game, and their keeper had a phenomenal tournament, and all respect to him. But that was a game we should have gone, we're gonna attack and we're gonna win this game. This is our best opportunity to go to win a knockout game. We've never won a knockout game. We previously lost to Italy, who won the World Cup. Then we lost to Argentina, who went on to win the World Cup. And now we had Egypt. Like, how are you not frothing at the opportunity to go out and attack this team? It's just so that's the most frustrating thing. And his decisions, look, I'm sure he's got reasons for him that he's not really sharing with anyone, Popper, but they seem to be kind of like, I've got a feeling that this will work. I've got a feeling this will work.
Too cute.
Yeah, I'm sorry, and I'll go back to, you didn't name him, I'm going to name him. Nishan Malupalai, Matthew Leckie, two particular players. I've always been a fan of Matthew Leckie. I've enjoyed what he's done for Australia. He's followed his career. He's 35 years old. He's barely played the last 2 years. Should not have been there, or at least should not have been on the field. Like if you got, for example, Miloš Degenek, who's now in his early 30s and not quite the player physically that he could have been in the last World Cup or was in the last World Cup. If you've got him there just for the experience and for the vibes and everything, just to get all the young guys kind of on board, have Matthew Leckie there for that.
That's right, exactly.
But it doesn't need to be on the field.
Yeah, that's what I said from the start. I'm like, if he's got him for that, but he's...
And then Nishan Malupalai, based on the last 12 months, did not deserve to be picked. And I'll keep talking about it. Adrian Segacic could have been picked for Australia. And could have been, imagine having him coming off the bench for Irankunda or Volpato, or any one of them coming on for one of the others. You're telling me that our team would have been worse? No, come on, man.
When I saw that guy starting against the US, I knew what we were done for. I saw his name pop up in the starting lineup, and I'm like, which is why it just infuriated me. I'm like, when you're going to go and play for a top spot in the group to essentially cement that top spot, you put your best team in there, man. Like, I mean, Turkey, we did well, right? And like I said, he did too many changes. And look, even like when against Egypt, taking off Beach and putting on Matty Ronnie, trying to do what, Arnold did against the Peruvian side in the qualifiers,
I said this at the time as well, like...
And they didn't even know about it.
Until the extra time.
Got told 20 minutes before, he's like, hey, he's going to go on for penalties if it goes there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't pre-planned.
It just shows that they were aiming towards that, right?
They were,
And that's what happened. And you looked at a lot of teams tried to do that in this World Cup.
Yeah.
England tried to do it.
Too cute.
Argentina tried to do it too, and trying to get to the penalties.
Yeah.
And which Australia did with Egypt, and then even the penalty takers as well. The penalty takers, like.
You got a striker there that he wasn't in the top 5.
We had Aiden Krustic on the
He's taken one in the Europa final.
Who's scored a Europa League final. He's a number 10. He's a top player that will take penalties, score penalties. He wasn't even in the top 5 for penalties.
Yeah.
Apparently, Chedkati was the 5th penalty taker.
Yeah.
So Chedkati, the 5th penalty taker. You got Suter, the 1st penalty taker, and Harrington, I think, was the 3rd penalty taker.
Yeah, and you could argue that
who's 18 years old.
Number 3 is probably the most important one.
Yeah.
You could argue that.
Traditionally, from what I've
2
heard
and 3.
footballers say. I've heard previous footballers say 1, 3, and 5.
1 and 3, yeah.
So
To
1, you got to start off well. 5 is the one that will finish it off or keep you in it. So it's
I
important.
always say your best player is the last taker, the fifth penalty taker.
Yeah.
Your last one, always. Always the fifth penalty taker is the best player in the team. I'm talking, let's say, if you're Portugal, Ronaldo. You understand? Messi's the last penalty taker.
Yeah.
Right? Just
Suter is awkward kicking the ball on the field, let alone a penalty, right? I thank him for stepping up and doing it. I'm not blaming any player.
Captain as well.
Harrington's 18 years old. I don't care. The only exception I would make is for a Messi or a Ronaldo.
Yeah.
That type of player. If you're like, this is the next Pele, Maradona,
Yamal. Yeah, Yamal.
Mbappe.
Yeah.
I'll make that exception at 18 years old for them to take a pen.
Yeah.
Not your centre back.
No.
He's played,
Who,
a year of senior football.
yeah, who's just beginning his career, and now you've already left a scar on him. Okay, if he scored, great, it would have been phenomenal. Oh, how brave.
I think, but I think we're more forgiving as Australians here, in Australian football, that, look, young kid, 18, no experience, all right, you know what? I think it won't be as much of a scar compared to, let's say, had he been in another country.
Oh yeah,
As more football man,
yeah,
right?
it'll be forgiven.
Yeah, it'll be forgiven, it's just, no, it's okay, it's fair enough. But I think what needs to be more, the focus should be more so is on Popovich in this instance for allowing that.
That's exactly my point.
The other thing is too, I suppose, it even happens locally. It's like, who wants to take a penalty? Or, do you feel comfortable taking a penalty? Apparently, Popovich just said, all right, this is the 5. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's based on apparently they did penalties in training and stuff like that, and those guys were like the best ones, that stood out.
It's not the
But
same.
it's not the same.
It's not the same.
You still, but even look, to move kind of a bit backwards from the penalties, took out, who did he take out? Volpato and Irankunda around the 70-something minute, I think, if I remember correctly. Where are you going from there?
Yeah.
That's your signal. We're not looking to win this game now.
Right.
We're looking to go into extra time. We might sneak in a goal. We didn't even score. It was an own goal.
Yeah, and the other thing is too, the people that came on, Motorola, he started the first game, did alright, but for whatever reason just went to shit after. He brought on Vuščić for Volpato. Vuščić has hardly played again the last year.
He's slow.
He's slow. He's so off the pace compared to what he used to be. And what was it? Was it just I'm going to bring someone that's kind of similar to Volpato?
But not at all.
But it wasn't at all.
Same with Ocon Engsler.
Yeah.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah, Ocon Jr. or whatever.
Ocon Jr. He's another one that I never believed should have been in the squad.
I don't think he should have been in the squad, but I thought he handled himself well. So I don't want to criticise him at this point, just because he exceeded my expectations. But I agree, I would not have had him in the squad first. But why he was in the squad.
Yeah, but he started against the US.
Yeah, I wouldn't have started. He's only 21, I think.
Yeah,
he started against Turkey, did phenomenal. Do you really expect him to then back that up and be exactly the same against US? I would have dropped him not for performance, but just tactically. Yeah. Put in Irvine now, if he's an experienced player. Put in, who else do we have? I always say Cam Devlin, right?
Yeah.
Now the guys, he would have annoyed the shit out of the US players.
He got done, I reckon. He should have been given.
I think it's second World Cup as
he had a really good year with Hearts.
Yeah.
In nearly winning the league. He's moved to Rangers now.
He's moved to Rangers,
so he obviously had a good year. So give him some minutes, maybe.
Yeah, that US game would have been perfect. Rest Ocon, give him that break, give him just the mental freshen up. Put Cam Devlin on, play freely, annoy the shit out of the US players, get some free kicks, get a yellow card out of him, something. It obviously didn't go that way.
And that's the thing. I'm looking at the lineup now against that US game as well. And it's just fury. Get bring back the memories. Velupile, Ocon in the midfield, Lecky in the midfield, and then you had
Irankunda up front.
Toure.
Oh, did it start Toure in that game?
Yeah.
Oh, my bad.
See what I mean? It was you just come to the back of Turkey, beating them 2-0.
Yeah, that 100% was just a ploy to, hey, let's get to like 60 minutes, 70 minutes, and then hopefully Aaron Kunda can do something to impact off the bench. But the game's gone. The game was over.
The game was over, and and then you had they brought on.
They didn't even have Pulisic playing, did they? In that game?
No,
he was injured that game, wasn't he?
He was injured.
They still have some great players, but
they had a good team and all, but they took their chances, right? But we had, like, say, Jackson Irvine needs to be, he's in your centre mid right there. Jackson Irvine always needs to be there, always needs to start. He's like that foundational player that always is there.
Experience,
been
there.
Right? Irvine should not have ever been on the bench at all. Unless you take him off, let's say, in the 80th minute, 75th minute, tactical change for, I don't know, if we're winning 2-0, fresh legs, you're winning 2-0, you want to kind of maintain the lead or bring in a defensive play, whatever, but he's always needs to be there. And then
O'Neill was good, to be fair. I
think he
had a good tournament.
O'Neill was fine. O'Neill did good. Metcalf did great.
Yeah, Metcalf was good.
Metcalf did great. O'Neill did great. Irvine did good as well as he usually does. He's very consistent. Doesn't do anything phenomenal. But he's consistent.
His knee on the ball.
His knee.
Aaron Kunda, the only time he had any impact or looked dangerous was when he was on the wing, and that was pretty much just the first game.
Aaron Kunda, you need someone to link up with him. That's the unfortunate thing. Link him up with Volpato. Put Fred at the front. Volpato, Toure, and Aaron Kunda. Beautiful. Anyways.
Very, very frustrating. I personally, I don't have much faith. I mean, if you think about Popper's career, he does seem like the stubborn kind, and I don't see things changing too much. I think we're only going to have success if we're lucky. Like, if we're lucky that he happens to pick the right team or the right formation or whatever it is, and we sneak in a result, but.
I think I said to you last time we spoke, like, with the players we have now, we should be going to the forward, the back, have those three attackers like Volpato, Munda, and Toure, plus another one. Like, that's what it should be, but he's going to be too scared to do it. That's the problem.
It's not going to happen. We've touched on the penalty shootout. It's just I'll mention, like, with the keeper substitution, like, obviously it's a big roll of the dice, no matter who does it and when they do it. But I don't know if I ever remember Matty Ryan saving a penalty. I know he's statistically saved a few, like 10 or so in his career, whatever it is. Beach Egypt would have known nothing about him.
Dude, they started watching videos of Matt Ryan in the break.
and he has a wider reach. As soon as I saw, like, the moment the sub happened, I was like, oh shit, I thought they were going to put on a striker or someone to take a pen, right? As soon as I saw Matt Ryan in the goal is when I became concerned, because he looked this big compared to the goal. And he was nowhere near the ball. And then when you hear about the research they did, he moves early, and you look back at the pens, he moved early, every single pen.
Just tapped it in because he knew he was going to move.
He only came close to the first one where the guy happened to kick it the same way he dived. Every other guy, he moved and they just kicked it the other way.
The thing is with that, like with the subs, like, I don't mind when coaches do something like that. It's got to be planned though. Like the whole thing about how he found out, at the start of extra time or whatever, I'm going on, like, and then Beach didn't even know about it. Like, Beach saw his number go up, and he's like, oh shit, I'm being pulled off. Like,
well,
he said that like a week after the tournament.
Yeah.
Like, that's not right. Like, you just got to pre-plan that shit.
The two famous examples we would know, one, Redmayne coming on for Matty Ryan, which was, again, a surprise. Peru would have known nothing about Redmayne, and he's a bigger guy, right? And he's doing his dancing, so what the hell's going on? The other one is the Dutch, was it 2014?
Yeah, Tim Krul. 2014.
Tim Krul came on for Jasper Sillerson, I think his name was. Tim Krul was a much bigger guy. Covering more of I mean, you still have to dive the right way and all that, but if you're covering 3/4 of the goal already like this, it's harder to score.
100%. And like the thing that like sticks in my mind as well, like, I remember like with the Euros when Italy won. When you watch Donnarumma in that shootout, it looked like there was legitimately nowhere for you to kick the ball.
Yeah.
Because he is huge.
And didn't the English players? I think they two of them hit the post.
Two of them hit the post.
Because
That's how much you're going to have to try and get it away from.
Exactly.
Like, I remember like when he went and stood in there, I was like, wow, like he is massive.
Yeah. That was, anyways. Why do I bring that up? Why do I go back to the penalty shootout? Why do we even do this segment?
But the thing is that Popovich always does this. Like, I mean, no, not always does this. Sorry, it just what Popovich, and I said this in the first time I was on here, is Popovich always, even back in the Wanderers days, and the way I think he does this is he already has his substitutions prepared before the game. He doesn't make a substitution based on how the game's going. So he already knows, he goes, all right, he's got to start line up, and then by the 70th minute or whatever, he's going to bring on this player for this player and this and that.
Yeah, the other guy that could be having 2-3 goals in the game, he's like, no, I plan for you to come off at the same time. That's shit you can have.
Yeah.
That's just wrong.
Yeah.
That's wrong.
Yeah, he did it a lot at the Wanderers, following success, and yeah, you could always time it. The 70th minute, he would start to do substitutions, and yeah, he always does that.
I wish he had won that Asian Cup, because I think if you didn't do well then you probably wouldn't really have a coaching career.
I don't know.
He would have gone down
nothing like he has.
He can get the job done like in a league, like an A-League type league, where you're not getting relegated. If you have a rubbish year this year, you can kind of improve next year.
Yeah. Or
he's been minor premier at every club I think he's been at. He just hasn't won when it comes to
grand final
pressure, like grand finals, things like that. He can't get the job done.
He's good for like a campaign, let's say, like a season. He's a good season manager.
Yeah, that's it. If he's got the right players, if they buy into what he wants and the intensity and all that, I don't buy it personally. Look, any other thoughts, boys, on the Socceroos campaign, let's say, and then I'll ask you about the future. The next 4 years. What do you think?
I think to sum up this World Cup, I think it was an opportunity lost, in my opinion.
Yeah.
It's plain and simple as that. Opportunity lost for I think we had the talent, young talent, good talent that could have shown more. But yeah.
100%. Yeah. Like like you said, if we said before the tournament, if we got out of the group, we'd be happy with it, 100%. Yeah. But when you start seeing the way the group was panning out after the first 2 games, we should have been like, oh sweet, like we can reach around 16. There was no reason why we couldn't have beat that Egypt team. Like I said before, like Mo Salah was playing with one leg, and we still lifted us up. Like that shouldn't be happening.
And the way Argentina was, we could have pushed them again, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Because they're not as good as they were 4 years ago.
That's right. Yeah.
And we did well 4 years ago.
And funnily enough, I think maybe that defensive mindset might have worked well against Argentina.
Yeah. It may have. It may have. Who knows?
And then we're talking about quarterfinals.
Yeah.
And then semi-finals.
We should have won the whole thing.
But do you think, though, here's my question, right? In terms of, is Australia really ready to win a World Cup?
No.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I always say that, look, as much as I would love for Australia to win a World Cup, I don't think as a nation we would appreciate it as much as we should, right?
Absolutely not.
I always say, like, for example, imagine, Serbia.
Oh, I think my head would explode.
Winning the World Cup, right? Like,
you go crazy for that.
You think,
knockout stage, any knockout stage.
You would compare, let's say, how it would be treated at Irving in Serbia, let's say, winning the World Cup compared to Australia, right? Yeah, Australia will be like maybe a few days on TV, some reporting in there, and then you're back into the NRL season,
right? That's true.
Where in like Serbia, South America.
If we won, we would turn into England. We would be insufferable.
Yeah,
we would be. But you've won what? Yeah. We won the World Cup.
Yeah,
we got 1 star.
But it would be a year-long party, like just it'd be like
decades.
Decades. It would be like the thing, like and I think we're not at a point where we would appreciate it enough. The sport here, unfortunately, has a long way to go, and it comes back to let's just touch on Mr. Volpata in last week as well.
Oh, do you want to tell us what did you get up to? Did you go out with him or something?
Mate, speeding twice in the same night, apparently.
Yeah, it's not. We don't condone this. This is not funny.
Apparently, yeah, and then
jailed.
then just got failed a drug test.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
chances
he
are-
failed the first one and the second one was negative, so I don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So the second one was an independent one apparently. So I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
I don't know how that works.
Yeah, he's apparently done an oral one, and that takes a couple of weeks.
Excuse
for it
me?
to come out. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's funny though because it's what I was gonna say is Australian football players have always had a squeaky clean record, right? You always tend to hear about the NRL players on doing these sorts of acts and going a little bit wild and that, and then you got now this one being what, the first football player?
Well,
Nah,
since
I think,
Bozza.
Who was
No,
it?
apparently I read something about, was it Ryan McGree?
What?
Apparently, I think it was Ryan McGree or something.
Right.
Had apparently got banned for like 8 months or something.
Really?
6
Okay.
months.
For
Wait.
what?
Drugs.
Banned by who?
Like, FIFA Australia.
Oh, I don't
Oh, I didn't know.
know.
See, but
I
that
think
one,
that's
that one
what
flew
I
on the radar.
I think that's, I swear to God, I read it like 2-3 days ago.
Hey,
Okay.
don't sue us. He
Yeah.
doesn't know what he's talking about. Please.
So
He's,
yeah.
but that's a player we missed, I think,
Yeah.
in this tournament.
Yeah.
Ryan McGree would have been good. Look, we're not ready to win, but I think it's about time we win a knockout game. Let's go step by step. Win a knockout game. I do agree there's some former players talking about like a centre of excellence type thing for football. I think if we are to go to that next level at any point in the future, we need something like that. We need a base.
There's been a lot of talk about the AIS, right?
Yeah.
In like depending on who you talk to, right? With which decade are they NSL fans or
Yeah.
There's a lot of support there for the AIS, and I'm thinking to myself, well, if the AIS was so great back in the day, why don't you just make that like work? Partner up with the AIS. FFA should partner with the AIS. That's your football of excellence right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always thought about that too. Like, people are like, oh, we need our own spot. Pretty much everyone goes there. Right?
Yeah.
Just,
Because the AIS
It's
produced
self-section.
a lot of Socceroos back in the day.
yeah.
They did. Yeah.
They did,
Yeah.
and
The
it's
golden generation.
they got yeah. So I'm like going, well, you want to set a centre of excellence? Beautiful. Partner with the AIS. You got the facilities down there. However, it is a little bit far away from your Sydney's and Melbourne's, right?
Yeah, I think it'll have to be in Sydney or Melbourne.
Yeah.
I personally.
Yeah. I think probably Sydney would probably be the better option, and not being biased, but it's just because it's just easy between it's in between Brisbane and Melbourne as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the reason why. But yeah.
All right, boys. Look, we'll wrap it up.
Yep.
Last thing I'll ask really is what do you think about our, let's say, we'll go short to long term. Short, our future up until the next World Cup. We kind of touched upon it already. Do we think Popper will end up sticking around? Do we think we'll have a good Asian Cup? Do we think we have a good chance of bettering this result in the next World Cup?
Look, I think we have a great chance to better this result at the next World Cup. We have every opportunity and every chance to do it. Just comes down to, as I mentioned before, who's on the bench, who's making the calls, right, on the bench. They're all young players. I've got a lot of young players. I've got a few up and comers. They're playing good football. They're playing in good clubs, good leagues. I think the future is bright here. Asia Cup. Look, I think it's 50-50 for me. We can have a great campaign because by way of luck, or we can just have a horrendous Asian Cup, which actually wouldn't be the worst thing as well.
Well, if
If you're wanting to get sacked.
Popper gets
that's what I'm saying.
sacked
That's
after it,
the reason.
but I think a fail. If we don't make semis of the Asian Cup, it's a fail.
Of course, absolutely.
And I think there should be repercussions
Yeah.
because there's no reason why we shouldn't. I think Japan's the only real standout team in Asia that I think is always the favourite against us.
Yeah.
And everyone else we can compete with. Even in Japan we can compete with, but they're just on another level.
And look at Korea's coach, just quickly mentioning just in the World Cup, he got back home to some hostile, a bit of a hostile environment there. So
More than a bit. He had to leave straight away, basically.
Yeah.
They wanted answers. So,
They were
look,
disappointed.
it's let's hope we do keep building on this. Let's hope these young guys keep progressing and make the right moves into good leagues and good teams. And let's hope we do better in the next World Cup. I'm hoping with another coach.
Yeah.
Because that's our best chance.
Yeah.
Final question from me quickly.
Yeah.
Just Australian coach or international coach?
My preference is always, I think, national team coach should be from that country. That's just in general. I prefer it.
Who was it that came out? Michael Owen said something like that, or someone said
I'm
about
not sure.
the rules of like that the FIFA should only allow.
Shouldn't force it.
Yeah, like if you've only got players from that country, it should be
The coach.
like coaches are. Someone did say that.
Interestingly enough as well, World Cup winners have always had a coach of their own nation.
That's correct.
No one has
Yeah.
Right.
won it.
Yeah.
Coaching different
So I would prefer Australian coach. As you mentioned earlier, I think Ange is
He's the only one.
best one.
He's-
I don't know if there's another one that would really fit in for what we need right now.
Mm.
So maybe if we can get the right foreign coach to suit what style we want to play, but only as a short term, like up until the next World Cup.
I honestly don't see any foreign coaches doing well here.
Bring back Bull City.
Oh,
Yeah, I don't think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
going to happen.
Yeah.
Hey, why don't we get Roberto Martinez?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can lead our golden generation.
Destroy another golden generation.
My God.
Or maybe Harry Redknapp. Get someone like that. All right, boys. Thank you very much
Thank you.
for all these World Cup specials. It's been fun, and the World Cup was mostly fun. So thank you guys for watching and joining us. Give us a like and a comment. If you think we're talking shit, let us know, and we'll fight it out somewhere. But yeah, until next time, take care.
Thanks, mate.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, turn it off. Wait, it's not over. It's not over.